The quickest feet I've ever seen in my life. You know, not all receivers are equal, right? He was one of the quickest, best footwork. And Chad, that's where we'll start, man. Because when you look at the game today, you know, it's not the same price that you have to pay going over the middle, bang gates, all those things that you were great at. When you look at some of these receivers, like, who reminds you of yourself as far as the total receiver, as far as the footwork, not these big guys that just run straight and debo you. You know, who's the route runners in the game that you look up to?
Probably the route runners, they kind of separate themselves from everybody else, would be, you know, Devontae Adams. Keenan Allen doesn't get the credit that he deserves of being able to create separation and manipulate DBs. Stephon Diggs is another one that is like that. You know, individuals that aren't as big as some of the other bigger receivers, so they have to create and get open in different ways, you know, without using muscle, but using their footwork. And those would be my top three.
Now, when you go back down memory lane, man, do you ever wish or think what your legacy would have been if you would have played for a different organization? Now, I know at the end of your career you try to get out of there, but you know, you were already one of the most popular players in the NFL. But if you would have went to a more
bigger market,
I'm trying to say this, not bigger market, more stable organization.
Oh, you're going after the Bengals again.
Do you think that possibly you will be looked even in a greater regard as far as one of the best receivers ever to do it?
Yeah, I mean, probably so. Probably so. I mean, who's to say? Who's to say you switch Reggie Wayne and I'm in Indy with Peyton Manning and an organization of that magnitude, what would happen? But I was a Bengal, and I did the best I could with the cards I was dealt, and I think I did a pretty damn good job at it. So I never really looked at it from that standpoint, the way you just mentioned it. I never thought about it like that. I just knew going there once I got drafted. Of course, I heard all the naysayers saying, "Oh, dude, you went to a horrible place at the time," especially during those times in the early 2000s. You know, they were the laughing stock of the league, and I just tried to find a way. How can I change that? How can I, shed some type of light on this team, even though I'm not a quarterback, which is usually the type of player that comes to an organization and is able to change it. But I did the best I could from the wide receiver position and just being a polarizing figure in attracting the eyes to the city of Cincinnati, even though we weren't good.
Chad Johnson joins us right now on the Goodyear Hotline. So let me ask you then, as we see the four quarterbacks playing this weekend, championship weekend, Tom Brady, one you played with, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. If you could pick which quarterback you'd want throwing to you, which one would it be?
I mean, you really can't go wrong with either of the four. But if I had to take a pick, I'd probably pick Aaron. I'd probably pick Aaron.
Interesting. Why?
I just like him. Him and Devontae Adams have a certain chemistry, a certain connection, to where they go on their own page at times. They improvise based on coverage and what they see. It's just different. I don't know if Mahomes has the freedom to do that yet because he's surrounded by so many weapons. So if something is covered, he doesn't have to improvise. He just goes to the next man. You know, what Aaron Rodgers and what Devontae been able to do, just watching them, it's unbelievable. Like, something's coming, so all you have to do is double him, and it forces Aaron to go to other places. But every game, he's still able to do it. And that just means they're on their own program at times that has nothing to do with the offensive scheme.
Hey, I always wanted to ask you this because I see you on Instagram and I see you, playing DB and covering some of the best young, receivers in the game right now, also running routes and still being real active. Have you ever thought about getting into coaching, or are you comfortable just kind of mentoring young coaches?
I'm very comfortable mentoring and having fun, seeing the receivers in the off season like I am now. I worked out with Justin Jefferson, today. I like that. I did the internship when Hugh Jackson was the head coach for the Cleveland Browns. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Bart. I lasted 2 days. I lasted 2 days because I didn't know it required that type of time as a coach. I thought they came in when we did.
Yeah.
I thought they left when we did.
Yeah.
Bart, I showed up at 6 a.m. and I wasn't leaving there till 1 a.m. And this was training camp. This was training camp. Like, why are we here that long in training camp? I told Hugh the third day, early morning, Hugh, I love you. Thank you for the opportunity, but I'm not here working with the receivers like I thought I would be doing. You had me, writing up depth charts and X's and O's, and like that's not what I came here for. And thank you, but I'm going to go back to Miami.
Oh, man, I wish I could have used some of those Chad gifts to be able to tell Hugh, like, hey, Hugh, I love you, but I got to do you. Child, please. Y'all crazy.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.